I wanted to point out that it seems as if our government hates work. Not only do they punish businesses with huge amounts of regulation, with a lot of fines, a rising cost of living. I mean, they make it nearly impossible to run a business if you want to have one. But if you want to be an employee, you're sitting here, not only do you have vaccine mandates to contend with, but you've also got almost half your wages going back to the government, which is then spent on virtue signalling and garbage or foreign nations. And you don't seem to be getting anything back from work. It's almost as if the government tries in every way to disincentivize hard workers who are holding up the economy. And, every year there's less people who are prepared to do that when they see other people getting something for free.
I think the last member of the federal parliament, apart from the farmers, you've got to exempt the farmers, the last member of the federal parliament who wasn't a farmer, who was actually someone who worked with their hands, I think he was a boilermaker. He was a DLP man. He's gone. Nearly everybody in Parliament now has come through the universities. I'm not criticising the universities. What they've invariably become, they've become part of a new class of employee. These are advisors to government. They are people who've been learning politics on the run in the universities, which really means learning how to use a mobile phone to engage in plotting and manipulating. They've learned that. They've become advisors. They're called advisors to the politicians. This is so ridiculous. People in their 20s being advisors to the politicians. They are really cadet politicians. They are looking for safe seats. And they have the advantage of someone who is their patron, who belongs not necessarily to they belong to a party, but they usually belong to a faction within the party, and they are then guided into a seat through the perversion of the pre-selection system. We don't have the American system of the primaries, which can mean that the ordinary voters who support a particular party can ensure that their candidates become candidates in elections. They have these pre-selections, which are usually meant to endorse the followers of a particular patron within the party, so that you're getting a class of politicians who know nothing about the real world. The Prime Minister is a typical example. He's not a person who has a real work background. He has been in the Labour Party since the universities, and consequently, he knows very little. Consequently, for example, when he was asked about the real Uluru Statement, which goes on for about 28 pages or so, he hadn't read it. He's pushing a referendum to the people of Australia, and he's saying that the Uluru Statement is one page. The authors of the Uluru Statement said, Megan Davis said, you must read the whole thing because that's the whole statement. She now has withdrawn from that. But this is the situation we have. The politicians are a particular class of elites, most of whom have nothing to do